Hello there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Welcome to your reading. Today we are, as always, looking at your material world first, and then we look at your love life. This week we are using the Nefertiti Tarot. And this week's candles are, this one is for abundance, love, and then joy is on the right. However those things resonate for you, they just have to be, by the way, if you're new here, these are for my subscribers and I make them every week. So when I make them, I pour in intentions for your highest good and the highest good of everybody involved for your abundance. But I leave all of my intentions very open so that your intentions can be poured in. So I hope that makes sense for you guys, but go ahead and create your intention or your wish for these candles. Like I said, it does have to be for your highest good and the highest good of everybody involved, and it will come true. But let's jump into it, you guys. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. What is going on for my Geminis this week in the material world? We have the Six of Swords. Interesting. Whoa, 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 that's too many. Gemini, Material World Spirit, please. Four of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Ace of Wands. All right, very, very good. And the Eight of Pentacles is your bottom of the deck energy. And you guys, this looks actually pretty good for you this week. It does look like, you know, if you've been saving up for a while, there could be a trip involved with the Six of Swords and this Ace of Wands. It does look like you'll be getting, you know, maybe a little boost. This could just be interest, because I keep thinking of a savings account with this for some reason. And the Ace of Pentacles tells me, you know, that it's after like really saying, okay, this is how much money I need, and I'm going to work for this amount. But it doesn't have to be, you guys. I'm also thinking that this has been, maybe it was like a little bit of a rough patch. And so now it's like, I'm holding on to this little nest egg because I don't want to go through what I went through again. And I think that pretty soon you're going to get some pretty good news when it comes to your finances. And it might actually be a new job, or for some of you, it's like a new idea, or a new path. It doesn't even have to be a new path. Well, it can be a new path. I don't want to take that away from anybody if you're like, oh no, I just had this really great business idea. But for some of you guys, it's like maybe a job opportunity opens up for you, you know, and so you are inspired to take it because it would pay more. Okay, and I do think that it'll pay more. I think that for some of you, you're gonna have to maybe learn a different route, you know, like learn something new, but it's gonna pay off. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start clarifying right away. The Six of Swords Spirit Energy Oracle. Okay, this is by Sandra Ann Taylor. Six of Swords. The Gemini Spirit, Six of Swords. Attachment. This is really funny because this is saying you're moving away from attachment. The Six of Swords is that feeling of moving away from something that you were attached to that was causing some level of strife. So for many of you, that could have been for some of you, I'm actually getting that there was like a spending habit or a spending pattern that you had that was not good. You know, like you could have just been, you know, good, I'm putting money away, I'm doing really good, and then you dump it into something that you shouldn't. I have to keep it broad, you guys. I don't want to be too specific, but I do feel like for some of you, you had like a pattern of spending that wasn't very great. You know, it was, penny, pound foolish, penny poor, or is it the other way around? Penny poor, pound foolish, something like that. Okay, but it's something like that. Like, I do feel like for some of you, and you've moved away from that, and you've decided, you know, to kind of look at your spending habits a little bit differently. And with the Magician in the Mirror, this actually is telling you, oh, that's really good. What I heard, and it's not necessarily the meaning of this card, but what I heard is like, you actually looked at yourself like, wait a minute, am I the reason why I don't have money right now? And it was like, oh, okay, well, let me actually take a look at this. And you kind of got to the bottom of it, and you decided to detach yourself from anything that wasn't really working for you. Okay, Four of Pentacles, Spirit. Okay, that's interesting. The Four of Pentacles is in the Angel Guide. This is by Kyle Gray. Transformation. Yeah, I think that this took, and you know, none of these are major arcana cards, but this one does feel to me like it really did change the way that you saw your finances, Gemini. Forgiveness and understanding. You don't be too hard on yourself. A lot of people go through, there are people that I know well into their like 70s, you know, that are in their, you know, older years that are still struggling with this because they've never unlearned this style of attachment to their finances, you know? So I think that you guys are undergoing something very, very profound on some level, and just this small change in how you view the way that you spend is very transformative as well, okay? Okay, the Shamanic Dream for the Ace of Wands. This is by Colette Baron Reed. So it's like, even though it feels very like mundane and day-to-day, these are pretty big cards. Like, these are your clarifying cards are like, don't take this, you know, to mean that this little thing doesn't change things, because it does change quite a bit. I almost want to take the card that fell, but let's see if it comes back. Ace of Wands, Spirit. Ace of Wands. Herald of Change. Yeah, thank you. I just said it. Transformation and Herald of Change. You guys have changed quite a bit just by this small change. This is beautiful. Yep, there's that card that fell, the Sacred Contract. So I do think that you guys, this is big, because it's telling me that by making a small change to the way that you view money, you have changed big in the way that you live your life. So wonderful, wonderful news here, Gemini. And if you haven't done this yet, if you're like, why am I so poor? You know, like, is it something that I've done? And no, this is not like the big companies telling you not to drink Starbucks every day, because I hate that. This is more like, this is something tangible that you could do, okay? That is like pouring money into something that you don't even use. Could be with Sacred Contract. Now, do not get me wrong. Sacred Contract does not mean what I'm about to say. Sacred Contract is a sacred contract, but the idea is that there might be a contract that you have, like maybe like a subscription that you're not using, that you forgot you signed up for, you guys. And it could be a pretty hefty one. Like like, what if you signed up for like Amazon Prime, which is now, God, it used to be like $70 a year, and now it's like $150 or something like that, and you forgot, and they're about to take money out. And if you can get to it before that happens, you could save a chunk of change. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. So take a look at that. Yeah, take a deep dive. When this one comes up and what we've just been saying, I want you to really take a look around and see what is taking from you that you don't really need, okay? Be mindful at work. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. And document screenshot, CYA. This could also be you holding back and having boundaries at work as well, you guys, with a new beginning, okay? So that's just some last minute advice, but this is also, please take the rest of the advice because I do think that that is for you guys. Let's move on to love. Okay. So for you guys, we are using the Lover's Path Tarot. Gemini in love this week, Spirit. Gemini in love this week. Ooh, hold. I think this was one of your cards too. Yep, the 10 of Arrows. This could be last decan, Gemini. That's the last 10 days of Gemini season. Tradition is usually the Hierophant. Could be Taurus energy. Does not have to be. Oh, okay. Pretty nice, you guys. And then Grace is 17. In this card, it is the Moon card, but it means so much more. So let's get to that. Let's get to that. 1 second, you guys. I'm sorry, 17 is the Star card, so even more. The Star card showing up with the 10 of Arrows on here does mean that after something that was pretty difficult, you know, you guys are going to get so much more, okay? You just have to hold out hope. Some of you are in the thick of what could have been a really bad breakup, walking away, feeling like things were not going to look up. I think that there's just still the sliver of hope in this 10 of Swords, but it's slim, okay, for a lot of you. I do feel like for some of you, you may have already entered into something that feels good. Like it feels very stable, feels very nice. It's giving me like comfortable vibes, you know, like especially after being shaken up a little bit with that 10 of Swords energy, this feels more comfortable. It does with the 3 of Staves give me, it feels a little bit like there's some planning that needs to be involved. There may be some travel involved, or this could be you taking a trip with your person, but it does feel like there could be something a little non-traditional about it, even though we have the tradition card here in the center. It does look like in order for these two people to meet, there could be some distance between these staves here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just clarify this because it does, I mean, it is what I just said. I think that after something not so great with this 10 of Arrows, we do have something really beautiful showing up for you guys. Oops. No, we're not taking those 3. Tell me more about this 10 of Swords, Spirit, for Gemini. Thank you. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. All right, you guys. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And I think that one of the takeaways that people forget about the arrows, or in this case it's the arrows, but the swords, is that they are air cards. They are mental. And even though the anguish is real, the feelings are real, the emotions are real, they stem from the mental space. And so when I see this card, at least I know the anguish that has stemmed from my head is coming to a close. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to come back into your heart space if you are here. Okay, try to. All right, it's just the beginning and take baby steps, but try to come back into your heart space, okay? Because that is where your answers lie. You're probably asking a lot of questions right now, Gemini, and Spirit wants you to know that your answers lie in the heart. Now, if you're not here, I think that you probably have already done this. I think I have a lot of Geminis that have already moved past this and are moving into this, okay? Tradition, Spirit. Ooh. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. This is very, very big because it's very much like once you come out of your head and into your heart, and you accept that something that was not working is over, then you move into this space of comfort, of stability. Even though I do feel like there's some distance here and travel involved. But it does feel much more comfortable than this for sure. And it does feel like with the Star card, you know, much closer to what your dreams were, you know, or are. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. This is absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims and simply allows and gives. Yeah, there's definitely some space. I think that this is like a very, like you guys might have a physical distance between you, but it is with trust being the center of this and the Hierophant, it is like you can still have a very significant, comfortable, wonderful love with trust at its centerpiece, especially with this distance that I'm feeling, as long as you keep trust there at the centerpiece, okay? And you don't, again, love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay. Codependency. Yeah, so your last relationship felt pretty bad. You guys, I think we've established this. I do love when Spirit is just like, just to make it clear. Just to be clear, it does feel like this was not great, and it didn't feel great. And I've had the Ten of Swords come up with some really awful situations. And because this isn't a personal reading, I don't want to get into what it could have been, okay? But I want to acknowledge the fact that it can be very, very bad, okay? 1 second, you guys. And I've even had it come up for physical pain. So I want you guys to know that I'm acknowledging this, and especially if you are in this still, that there are better things coming for you, okay? And a relationship in which there is no trust, and it feels, I keep hearing the word betrayal. So I want you guys to, you know that I see that, and know that I know that for some of my Geminis. But I have something here that feels very loyal. Again, comfort just keeps coming up. So like I could actually see it like just being very almost cushy, you know, like just you can melt and feel absolutely safe and warm with this person. You might have some Taurus placements or Cancer placements, because like I have Taurus and Cancer, and like that's so important. Like that sense of home in another person. And then Taurus is of course Venus, just needing everything to be comfortable and pretty. Stay optimistic about your love life. And this is again about trust, and the Star card is about having optimism and hope and grace, okay? Just know that things are coming. These things are coming if they're not already here, okay? And this card, this Three of Wands, very much about optimism. Knowing that the plan that you've set in motion is about to come to fruition, okay? And trust again. Bottom of the deck is healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This can also be about healing your family issues, you know, your other person healing their issues. A person who's not willing to heal is usually, not even usually, like 1,000%. I'm never going to suggest, not that you guys listen or need to listen to me, you know, at all. Like, that's not what I'm here for. But, you know, I wouldn't suggest staying with someone who is not willing to do any work, okay, on themselves. At all. No. But this person, I feel like, is willing to do the work, and that's amazing. And so are you. So that's great. You want someone who's willing to work with you, you know, as a partner. So this is the last deck for Gemini Spirit. For Gemini. Cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. I think that you guys are moving past this if you haven't already, or you're moving out of, like, that is, again, the part about the swords being in the mental space, playing something over and over and over in your head and causing mental anguish. That's what the cassette really talks about. It's like, I can't get out of this space because I can't stop ruminating about this space. That is almost over for you, though. It is with the Ten of Swords. That is at the moment of completion. It is always darkest before the dawn kind of vibe here, okay? Ooh, Lord. Engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. Stay optimistic. If this is what you want, it feels like it's on its way. You have to trust in this, though, okay? For some of you, if that's not, you know, marriage is not something that you want, then it's a higher level of commitment, whatever that means for you, okay? Almost. And date. Plan, set a date. And this does remind me of travel. So if this person is at a distance, I think that you are going to make some plans to meet up with them. If not, then you might be meeting someone pretty new. You might just, bottom of the deck is passion. So take that as it resonates. But I do think that you definitely have someone that you could commit to, engagement ring, being there, and a date. Trust, you can trust this person, even though it does feel a little, you know, flirty and lighthearted, and but very passionate at the same time. As long as they're willing to do the work. Okay, one more message of love for Gemini. You always come back to the course of love. You never falter long. This is something that I recently channeled, actually this last weekend, with someone from my Seers circle that was in here. So this means that you might have felt like you were off course for a while, but Spirit is saying that you weren't really off course, but you always will be redirected to course. So don't fret, you know, don't feel too bad, okay? And then your person, I think, is saying, I hold back out of fear, but I believe you would love me regardless. So it's like they do know this. It feels like kind of beginning stages for most of you. It's like they want to say things, but one, I think that maybe they have been love bombed in the past, so they are very much trying to take things slow. So they're just like, let's take things slow because I trust that you're going to stick around. I trust that you're still going to care for me and love me and not judge me. Okay. And one more message from your spirit squad. Woo! Learn how to shield. This is for this person who is still going through it here, you guys. I do think that you have someone who doesn't understand your boundaries. So it's very, very important. I mean, you can Google it. There's wonderful if you are able to like sleep with earphones or with music at all. There are meditations that you can sleep with that are about shielding yourself, but there's also, you know, I literally just get myself grounded, and I've been doing it for so long. I mean, I just say shields up, but that's because I'm a Star Trek fan. So, you know, take some time, join my Discord, and we can talk about it if you would like to. That link is in my description box below. Unearthly joy is coming. I can tell you that, you guys. It looks like it's coming, and I'm very, very happy for you. So this has been your reading, Gemini. I hope that it resonated. Please, if it did, comment down below. Give me a huge thumbs up. Really, truly appreciate those. And if you haven't already, I would love if you would subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.